Welcome into opening night of the 2025 City League. We are live from the Bonner Center here in the Near East Side of Indianapolis. Zach Browning with you, as well as Andrew Garrison for opening night of the City League. This is the City League live here on the City League YouTube channel. We've got Be the Hands in red, and we've got Pace in green to get this 2025 season underway here from the Bonner Center. Should be in store for a good one. Andrew, Mother Nature could not keep us away from City League basketball tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. We had to wait a few minutes for all the players to actually get here through the dangerous storms and tornado warnings. We hope everybody out there listening and watching locally is, of course, safe. It seems that the players are, it seems that the fans are, and that we're ready to play basketball here tonight.
Again, we've got Pace and Be the Hands as we get set for this one. A little bit of a late tip-off here, as, of course, players arriving a little bit late after the storms in the Indianapolis area. But we've got 20 minutes on the clock. I believe we're probably just waiting to get some wet spots off the floor now. But you see 5 aside on the floor. Our referee's just making sure there's no dangerous wet spots out there. Don't want any players slipping on the floor as we get set for action here, the 2025 City League opening night. It's great to be with you here for another summer on this beautiful, well, not so beautiful Wednesday night. It's not as bad as it was about an hour ago when we were driving here to get set. But as we have a pair of players in the center circle, it'll be Amy Kabara and Ariel Ford. Kabara in red for Be the Hands and Kabara in green for Pace. We're set. The ball is tipped and we're underway here from the Bonner Center. Pace will begin with the basketball. Excuse me. Yeah, Pace will begin with the basketball. It's Ariel Ford down low. Unable to get anything going there. Quickly the other way is Be the Hands. Top of the key, McKay Downs, driving to her right, stops, picks up her dribble, now finds Kabara left side. Down low, now it's Celeste Edwards. She's cut off, catch and shoot, long ball on its way from Clark. Callie Clark off the back iron. Rebound controlled by Pace, and they will push it the other way with some pace. Sierra Spearman, left side, steps back. Long range jumper off the front of the rim, no good. Long rebound out here into the corner. But Pace stepped out of bounds. It'll be a turnover going the other way as Be the Hands will take over.
Slow start here for both teams shooting the basketball. It's expected, of course, some unforeseen circumstances heading into this game. We hope to see both of these offenses sort of get going here in a moment.
Not everybody really got a full 15, 20 minutes to warm up. Some players didn't even take many warm-up shots, if any at all. But it's Be the Hands basketball. They've got it. Far side corner, catch and shoot triple. McKay Downs is long on that shot. Kabara grabs the rebound inside, and Pace will reload, Be the Hands will reload as Clark is unable to connect from three-point range. 90 seconds in. Still no score. That's Moten. Cross court now to Key. She's inside the three-point arc, spinning with the right hand. She is fouled. She will head to the basket. See if it's on the floor or in the act of shooting. It will be a shooting foul. So that will send Jessie Key, the Louisville, Kentucky native, but graduate of Ben Davis High School, to the free throw line for a chance at getting the scoring started.
And Jessie Key, the captain of this team, she's played in the last 3 championship games, won 2 of them. She's put together her own team here, a young squad looking for the opportunity to chase another Queens of the Court championship. And if her team does so, then Jessie Key will be the winningest player in the City League history, at least on the women's side. So certainly the start of a big journey for Pace and Jessie Key across the board as the first free throw just rattles out.
Second free throw from Key rattles home, and we have a score. That is Pace getting the first basket. Jessie Key, at the free throw line. It's 1-0 Pace over Be the Hands. Up at the top of the key, pump fake there from Mickens. Mickens will now drive, and it's turned over. Nope. Back into the hands of Mickens. Kabara driving left side baseline. Back, catch and shoot, mid-range jumper, and McKay Downs gets Be the Hands on the board. 2-1 be the hands. Pace pushing it back left to right. Losing it is Jossie Spears. And now be the hands. We'll push her right to left. Kabara outside, that's Downs. Downs steps in, one dribble jump shot. She's off on the mid-range jumper. Now Pace will look to push that Pace the other way. A step-in jump shot from Spears finds the basket off the glass for the first field goal of the ball game for Pace. Running clock here at the Bonner Center. So just about 3.5 gone. 3-2 the lead for Pace as Be the Hands has it working right to left. It's McKay Downs top of the key. Hounding defense there by Pace as Kabara relieves the pressure. Catch, shoot, triple on its way from Edwards, misses everything, and that one will roll out of bounds. Last touch by Edwards, and Be the Hands as Pace will take over.
Well, so far what we noticed first is McKay Downs really dominating the mid-range on the offensive side of the floor for Be the Hands. She hasn't made each and every one of her shots, but she's certainly gotten to her spot each time.
Long-range effort from Spears was off the front of the rim. Offensive rebound, though, by Key. She can't finish underneath the basket. As Be the Hands looking to get something going in transition. It's Clark. She'll step into a left wing three and knock it down. Callie Clark, her first basket of the evening is a long ball. Stepping into this one, that's a long two, I believe, from Spears. Jossie Spears, no, they will give her 3 on that, so it's now 6-5 Pace over Be the Hands. Players starting to find the range here the last couple of possessions. Clark feeds it down low to Mickens. Mickens doesn't have the height advantage. The shot is up, rebounded by Spears. She has trouble with it. Players on the floor, it's on the ground. We have a scrum for it. Spears can't pick it up. Mickens gets it back out. Driving right side of the lane, Edwards goes up, and she can't finish on the right side. No foul there. It'll be an out-of-bounds call, last touched by Pace, as Be the Hands will retain possession.
Chaotic possession there, but a lot of hustle on the floor, and quite literally on the floor as both squads here in the first game of this Summer City League, showing the effort and the fight and why this season matters to them.
Long inbounds pass out to Mickens, top of the key. She'll take a screen from Kabara and step into a 3, and she knocks it down. 8-6, Be the Hands. Pace with it left to right. It's Spears crossing over. Left side elbow, now Key. Between the legs at the left side elbow. Now pull it back and dump it down low to Ford. Ford over her left shoulder, can't connect. And it's rebounded by Be the Hands. Mickens, Kabara, driving, free throw line. Harassed, poked away. And that one will roll out of bounds. The referees will give it to Pace.
Well, Pace across the floor is smaller than most teams on the women's side here in the City League. So Ariel Ford as the big in the center, number 44, she becomes that much more relevant, and she hasn't quite found that dominance in the front court that we've been hoping to see from Pace as we start off this game. Maybe she gets herself, finds her footing a little bit, but so far Ariel Ford not doing what she needs to do in the front court, in my opinion, to get things going for Pace.
Ford listed at 6'2" out of Pike High School. She's got it down low now, trying to bully her way underneath the basket. She's unable to finish. Good defense there by Kabara as Be the Hands will take it back right to left. Downs, top of the key, 3 off the right side of the iron, rebounded by Key for Pace. Nearly 7 minutes gone. It's 8-6 the score. Be the Hands on top of Pace as that 3-point shot is off the mark. Mickens, far side of the floor. It's Hallie. She just checked into the game for the first time for Be the Hands. It's back down underneath the basket. Downs looking for some help. She's got Kabara, but that's blocked by Ford. Key will push it the other way for Pace, going all the way to the basket with the right hand. She lays it in. All tied up here at the Bonner Center, 8-8, as that's a long-range effort from Clark. She's off the mark. Ford has it for Pace. A lot of threes up here early for both sides. With the ball is Moten. She's got it far side wing, now cross court Key. She looks at a 3. Now she'll take it, and she finds the bottom. 5 consecutive points for Jessie Key. She's got 6 of her team's 11 as Pace is out to an early 11-8 lead. Downs, far side, now it's Mickens. Mickens drives with the left hand into the middle of the lane, and we have a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of Be the Hand, so they will retain possession with 11 and 53 seconds to play in this first half. They've got a timeout on the floor. Pace is going to take this one. Andrew, so far Pace leading 11-8. We've seen Jessie Key, you mentioned kind of what that state for her this season. She's off to a good start, 6 points. She's made a 3.
Absolutely, and that's really been the difference in the game so far. We've seen both teams struggle shooting the ball, have a couple strong scoring spurts, and they're right ahead of the timeout. Of course, Pace having the ability to aerial forward in the front court with a block right after I called out how the front court was sort of no man's land for Pace at the start of the game. And then, of course, Jessie Key converting with a 3 on the other end to get Pace ahead of Be the Hand so far. But what's really jumping out to me, Zach, is that battle between Kabara and Ford in the front court. They're sort of at the center position because both of those larger players, they're able to stretch the floor and get outside a little bit. We saw Kabara handle the ball at the point at certain moments. Ford was able to effectively defend her, but the battle between those two in the front court, especially as these shots continue to rattle off the rim, if that continues, the front court is going to be more and more of an emphasis of this game, and the battle for the front court and control of that between Ford and Kabara, I anticipate being a key to victory for both of these squads.
Coming out of this timeout, we have a jump ball, no possession arrow here in the City League. So you have a jump ball on the left side free throw line. It'll be Mickens versus Spears on this jump ball. Ball is up, and it is won by Be the Hands. Left side wing, driving is Clark. Clark all the way to the basket, and she scores. Top of the key, Spearman, she'll let one go. Rebound offensively by Ford. She can't get the putback to go, but she's got it back once again, and she's fouled on the pass. He was looking for Spears in the corner, but Ford fouled down low, I believe, by Kabara.
And on that play, Ford just smothered the moment she gained control of the basketball, and it'll be an inbound here for Pace, up 1.
Pace to inbound, they lead 11-10 with 11 to play here in the first half. It's Ford down low, catch, shoot, triple, Spearman off the left side of the iron. Rebounded by Be the Hands. They'll push the tempo up the floor, and we have an out-of-bounds call. Last touched by Be the Hands. A collision there near half court. And we have the ball going left to right. It'll be back into the hands of Pace. They currently have a 1-point lead over Be the Hands. Stepping into a 3. Too much room for Spears. She can't get it to go off the back iron, though. Clark pushing it ahead. This is Edwards to the left side of the basket. She goes up strong. She's not going to be able to get the call or get the shot to fall. It is out of bounds. Hands will retain possession.
Difficult play there for Celeste Edwards, but Be the Hands looking to regain control of the lead here, down 1.
Top of the key, that's Schelt. She swings it, one more pass to Hallie, and her 3 is off the back iron. Key picks up her dribble in the backcourt. She needs some help here. Ford gives it to her and gives it right back to Key. Stutter step. She'll step into a long-range jumper. That one's off the right side. Rebound poked out of bounds. And Be the Hands will take over possession. It'll go the other way.
And some difficulties in transition for both sides now as both teams look to find their footing. We're now over halfway through the first half of this contest.
Ooh, good pass. Good pass.
3. Hallie can't connect. Offensive rebound by Clark. And she finds the bottom of the net. Second chance points there for Be the Hands. Walking it across the timeline is Spears. Double screen set. That's a 2-pointer from the left side wing off the back of the rim and rebounded by Be the Hands. Callie Clark pushing it the other way. She kicks it out. Right wing triple on its way. Missing everything is Edwards, and that ball sails out of bounds. Last touch by Be the Hands. Pace will take over, 9 to play. It's a 12-11 lead for Be the Hands.
And we now have a slight scoreboard malfunction here as we await to get that back on the board. Pace will regain possession of the basketball.
All right, back and running now. Scoreboard back up. And so we've got 8:45 left on the clock. That's Ariel Ford down low. Big bucket down low. You mentioned it, Andrew. She needs to get herself involved in and around that basket. She did so there. That's Schelt driving right, unable to finish, looking for her own rebound. She's rolling around on the floor. There's a pile for it, and Pace comes away. Moten taking some contact, stepping back for mid-range, missing everything. Rebounded by Spearman. Pace keeps possession. Now it's Spears. Catch and shoot mid-range jumper is off the mark. Offensive rebound Ford, and she's fouled on her way back up.
And there's Ariel Ford getting herself into this game. Again, effectively the lone big man for Pace. She's the only one above 6'1". And on those last two possessions, you, of course, have the bucket and then fighting for a rebound through two opponents and then getting the foul call to put 2 free throws on the board, hopefully for Ford. That's exactly what Pace is going to want to see moving forward. They're certainly the more talented team just straight up on paper, and Ariel Ford dominating the front court is certainly going to have a great schematic impact on the rest of this contest.
Ford knocks down the first free throw. An Indianapolis native, went to Pike High School, currently playing at the University of New Orleans. 6'2" junior at the University of New Orleans. Began her collegiate career at Lake Michigan College, spent 2 years there before finding her new home. She can't convert on the second free throw. Be the Hands will push the tempo, moving the other way. Celeste Edwards all the way to the basket off the underside of the rim, but crashing into each other as a pair of Pace teammates as the ball careens out of bounds. So Be the Hands will retain possession.
And a great second chance here for Celeste Edwards as she's been struggling to find her shot at the beginning of this game. She'll inbound to her teammate.
Edwards gets it into Schelt. That's a catch-and-shoot triple from Haley. She can't convert. Defensive rebound from Pace. It's Spears with the ball. Knifing her way into the lane at the front of the basket. The floater is good. 2 more on the board for Spears and for Pace. They lead 16-12. Haley, top of the key, gives it off to Clark. Clark. Not great spacing here from Be the Hands. Clark has the left side wing, now into the corner. Schelt thought about a three. She'll sidestep, and it's on its way, and it's good. A big shot there from Jasmine Schelt. Brings Be the Hands back to within 1 with 6 to play here in the first half. Ford down low working against Kabara. Kabara showing her hands. That's all she needed to do. Ford can't convert. Pushing it the other way is Clark. Kick out. Haley drives, cross court, Schelt from the same spot, short this time. Rebound being wrestled for, and it's taken away by Spears. She's got a one-on-one, she'll step into a 3, and she knocks it down. Jossie Spears confidently stepping into the 3 and knocking it down. It's back to a 4-point advantage for Pace. Edwards, now Schelt. Wing, so reset. Now look for Edwards underneath. She's got 2 on her. She kicks it out to Kabara. Be the Hands will swing it around the perimeter. Schelt back in the hands of Clark. Catch, shoot, long ball, and that one finds the bottom.
Big time shots on both ends here. Multiple threes in a row for both teams, and now we still stand at a 1-point game here with 5 minutes to go in the first.
Game has turned into a 3-point shootout as that's a 2-point jumper though. Spears to find the range. She's got 5 points now in consecutive possessions. Step back Clark. She's feeling it and she converts. Tie ball game. 4:40 to play in the first half. Back-to-back threes from Clark for Be the Hands, and we're all tied up. Spears has the hot hand for Pace. Will she look to answer? She will. She's short. She misses everything on that 3-point jumper. It's one of those, Andrew, where she's just trying to get back there, get those 3 points back that Clark just hit on the other end.
Yeah, exactly. And from a shot selection perspective right now, you almost can't afford to shoot a 2 as Pace did on the other end, because then it's just 3s flying through the air on both sides, and now it's, of course, a tie ball game. We'll see if those shots continue to fall through the rest of the first.
Mickens, isolation, right side of the lane. She's tied up, and we have a jump ball. It'll be between Mickens, and we'll see who they got for pace. I believe that's Moten that will jump it up.
And that seems to be what happens when a player attempts to drive to the rim.
Mickens wins the jump all over the taller pace. She gets it back now off the nice feed. Clark gets the offensive rebound, and she puts it back in. Clark rewarded. She got the nice pass there to Mickens. Mickens missed, but Clark was there for the offensive rebound. She put it back up, and Be the Hands is back on top. Spears has taken the last 3 shots for pace. It's now into the hands of Moten. She drives, steps back, crosses over, left side, all the way to the right side. She get that. Kabara grabbed the rebound and was fouled. It's a loose ball foul against Sierra Spearman and Pace. Kabara fouled in the backcourt. Under 3 to play here in the first half. It's a 2-point lead for Be the Hands. They have possession working right to left. Kabara, now Haley. That's a deep 3 from the volleyball line. Haley knocks down the 3, and it's a 5-point lead all of a sudden for Be the Hands. That one, Andrew, from about 30 feet out.
Looking like Caitlin Clark out here as another 3 goes up.
Spears can't answer. Long rebound by Be the Hands. Downs. Down the court. It's in the hands of Mickens. She's left alone. She'll launch from 3. That one off the back iron. Both of these teams starting to fall in love with that 3-point jump shot, but it's worked as of late the last couple of possessions for both sides. Moten using a screen. She's into the middle of the lane. She goes up on the front of the rim and gets the roll. Strong move there by Kelly. It's back to a 3-point game. Clark, she's still feeling it. That one rolls off the rim, just off the left side. 2 minutes to play. Up tempo as Key gets the basket to fall. A quick succession of points for Pace. They're back within 1. Mickens crosses over. With the left hand, high at the glass. Ford there to grab the rebound for Pace. Quickly into the front court, Spearman. She's left alone. Her 3 from the right wing is long, and it's knocked out of bounds on the rebound. Last touched by Be the Hands. Pace will retain.
Well, Sierra Spearman there on the shot, graduate of North Central High School. Pace will have a second chance off the inbound. Just over a minute to go. They're down 1.
Looks like we might have some tired legs out there. This is game 1 of the City League season as Ford has it. Nice move. She loses it, though. Good defense there by Mickens. Mickens trying to go all the way to the basket. She lays it in with the left hand. Now a steal on the inbound pass. Clark, corner 3 off the mark. Mickens there for the offensive rebound. She goes back up, and she's got it. 4 quick points for Mickens, and it's a 5-point lead now for Be the Hands as we tick under 40 seconds to play in the first half. Moten will take a screen, moving to her right, inside of the 3-point line. She'll pull things out. 30 seconds to play. She'll launch from deep off the right side of the rim. That's an offensive rebound for Key, and she gets fouled going back up with it. Facing a 5-point deficit, Jesse Key and Pace will be at the free throw line for 2 shots. Again, the clock keeps running here at the City League. This will be the last action of the first half, most likely.
And the buzzer will sound now as Jessie Key takes her first free throw. Fortunately, that doesn't upset her shot at all.
I was going to say, calm, cool, and collected there from Key. The horn signaling the end of the first half after this next free throw. Didn't bother Key at all. She's near double figures so far tonight. Great start for what she's looking for, a 3-peat here at the City League. As that one's good, and that will conclude the first half here from the City League. Andrew, primary takeaways?
Well, yeah, a great one so far, but the first thing really that jumps out to me is the fact that, again, most of the players for both of these rosters, at least half of them, aren't here yet, and it's really just the first players to arrive are the ones that are, composing the starting 5 for both squads. So certainly a strange first half, certainly not what we expected coming in. We have some incredibly, significant losses here. Lamina Cooper not currently here. We just saw Fantasia Baines arrive a couple moments ago. Again, the storms and the tornado surrounding Indianapolis in the area tampered with this game just a bit. We see it 6:51 p.m. and only halftime. It was supposed to start at 6. And so here, with the game that we have and with the players that we have, Zach, it's certainly been back and forth as both teams start to speed it up and both teams start to chuck up threes. And you mentioned the tired legs on the floor. I definitely saw some pace players, bent over on their, hands on their knees as this game started to pick up the pace. So coming out of the break, the question for me is going to be, does that quick pace and does that consistency of shooting the three ball continue, or do we see something similar to the beginning of the first half where teams are a bit more composed, a bit more in control, playing with a slower tempo, feeding the ball inside, and playing the game you're theoretically supposed to play it in a long game like this one? 27-30 is the score. Be the Hands is the leader, and it has been a great start to the City League so far.
Again, night one of the City League here at the Bonner Center, right next to Arsenal Tech High School here east side of Indianapolis. Zach Browning with you. Andrew Garrison alongside me. 30-27 for Be the Hands at the halftime break. Andrew, you kind of touched on the pace. No, full pun intended, right, about the pace of that first half. Do you think we see maybe a little bit of a slower tempo, and do you think maybe the pace of that first half has an effect on maybe the three-point shooting, some tired legs out there in the second?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's certainly the number one thing to me about playing a game with a high pace and a quick tempo is the impact that has on the defense. Those legs not quite able to get back in time. We see the success with the Pacers here locally where they run up and down the floor, they tire teams out, and their ability to score in transition is what separates them from other teams, more so than just their ability to shoot around the perimeter. The other thing that comes to mind for me offensively is that three-point shooting is not reliable. They may be falling right now, but there's going to be a moment, in my opinion, where each one of these teams experiences a drought shooting the basketball. They have to have a fallback. They have to have another option, and they say defense wins championships, and I think defense might end up winning this game by the end of it because, like you're saying, as teams start running up and down the floor, the people that can maintain that energy, the players, the team that can maintain that energy defensively, still get hands up on shots, not just, lazily moving in transition. I think that's going to be the difference towards the end of this one because although shots are falling right now and shots certainly weren't at the beginning, we have no idea what that's going to look like coming out of the break and as we continue the second half. Be the Hands and Pace here in the first game of the City League on the first night, Wednesdays and Thursdays. 6 to 9, there are 3 games on Wednesdays. 6 to 10, there are 4 games on Thursdays as we play June 18th through July 31st. July 31st, of course, being the championship games for both the men's and women's sides as we prepare for the second half here. 2 men's games following this one, this being the only women's game of the night here on the first night of the City League, and we hope that we see some more key players start to arrive following the storms and the traffic on the roads. But with the players we have and the game we have, it's certainly been an entertaining one so far. Be the Hands will have possession of the basketball to start the second.
Be the Hands working left to right. They're in red. Pace working right to left in this second half. They're in green. It's Be the Hands that enjoys a slim three-point advantage after the first 20 minutes of play. It's important to note, tired legs likely to be a factor at some point in this game. Be the Hands playing with 2 substitutes. Pace now with 0. No substitutes available for Pace as Be the Hands has the ball to begin the second half. McKay Downs misses everything.
And we saw McKay Downs really take control of the mid-range early on, but perhaps those low energy levels after a quick first half is starting to set in, shooting the basketball for McKay Downs.
Down low, it's Ford. She's got Kabara on her. She'll go over that left shoulder. The jump hook is just short. Quick outlet pass. All alone is Edwards. She has trouble corralling the pass as they'll have to slow things down. Be the Hands trying to slow it down. Never mind. Braxton Mickens all the way to the cup. She lays it in, plus the foul. A chance at 3 here for Mickens and Be the Hands.
Fantastic hustle play, and clearly Be the Hands is looking to maintain that pace as they throw the ball across the court in transition and end up setting themselves up to have a drive to the cup and then the foul call to set up the free throws. They have a 32-27 lead, and they have it for a reason, and part of it is their ability to run up and down the floor with ease.
Mickens at the free throw line.
Oh yeah, go!
6-point lead for Be The Hands as they've got themselves another steal. Turnover there from Pace. Crossing over is Edwards. Inside the lane, now kicking it out. Top of the key, that's Clark. She'll let it fly. That's off the front of the rim. Long rebound to Kabara. She'll put it on the floor. Mickens just had the and one, looking for 3 more. That one's too strong. Spearman grabs it for Pace. She'll try and take it all the way to the basket, high up the glass. Spearman gets it to go. Nice take there by Spearman as Kabara will look to answer. She'll attack forward, going all the way to the basket. She went up with the left hand and was fouled. So 2 shots upcoming now for Amy Kabara. Be The Hands is looking to extend their lead here at the free throw line.
And if there's one strength Ariel Ford has shown down low so far, it has been on the defensive end of the floor. Kabara has in no way had her way down low so far. Multiple times she's fed the basketball off the entry pass, and Ariel Ford is all up in her face straight away. We saw a blocked shot earlier. There, of course, a foul ends up being called, but Ariel Ford not making it easy for Kabara between the blocks.
Goes 0 for 2 at the line as that's a 3-pointer from Ford. That one doesn't fall. Rebounded by Be The Hands. Edwards has it. She'll hand off. It's Callie Clark. She'll drive left side before pulling back out. She thought about a 3. Now she will elevate just off the left side of the iron. Rebound controlled by Ford. She thought long for a moment before dumping it down low to Spears, who will now cross the timeline. Spears. Now Barnes. Fantasia Barnes for the first time tonight. We see some action for her. Nice pass there to Spearman. That's 2 more on the board for Pace. 16:40 to play. Be The Hands on top of Pace by 2. Callie Clark, right side behind her back. Gives it off. That's off the face of Mickens, and we have a foul called. I believe that was on the pass from Callie Clark. So it'll be a side out of bounds for Be The Hands. And Andrew, we kind of see the advantage that Be The Hands has here. They have one more substitute than Pace does. They're using them now.
A great point, and Pace just with one on the bench. Every one of these players is absolutely exhausted.
That one tipped into the backcourt, so Mickens able to retrieve it. Driving right, spinning back to her left, now crossing over. She goes up with the right hand. She is short on it. Rebound tussled for, and that goes out of bounds. Last touched by Callie Clark and Be The Hands. So taking over possession now is Pace, trailing by 2. 15:40 to play.
Absolutely, and now we're starting to see a situation where both teams going cold shooting the ball and suddenly starting to put their emphasis on racing downhill to the rim. Which team's going to have that toughness and that grit down low in order to continue to grab buckets even though the shots aren't falling from deep?
Ford down low, has the height advantage, but good defense there by Clark. She took it from her. Clark going the other way. Numbers potentially here for Be The Hands. Clark can't finish with the left hand. Key has the rebound. Outlets it to Moten. Moten looking for options, so scan, so back out. That pass intercepted. 4-on-1 here for Be The Hands. Mickens goes up and finishes with the right hand. Pace continues here in the second half. That's a catch-and-shoot triple. Fantasia Barnes can't connect from the corner. It rolls out of bounds, and Be The Hands will take over. They lead by 4.
An unbelievable inbounds as Moten just lobs it across the court, unfortunately unable to convert off of what have been an incredible heads-up play, noticing the defense lacking. Instead, Be The Hands maintains the basketball and the lead.
Haley gives way to Edwards. Now it's Schelt. Edwards probing, driving left, stops at the free throw line, lost it. Clark keeps possession for Be The Hands. She'll drive the left side of the lane, and she is tied up on that left block. Good defense there by Barnes. Clark and Barnes will now get set to jump it up. It's a 4-point lead as it stands for Be The Hands. Callie Clark and Fantasia Barnes set to jump this one up.
And we see a substitution as Sierra Spearman comes in for Jessie Key, the team captain, who undoubtedly is exhausted playing nearly every minute of this game so far.
Clark wins the jump. Mickens can't fire on the three. Offensive rebound, though, falls to Be The Hands. A good pass from Celeste Edwards to find Clark all alone at the left side block. It's now a 6-point advantage for Be The Hands. Spearman down low to Ford. She's got the size advantage. She can't finish with the left hand. Quickly into the forecourt. Mickens all alone. She finishes with the left. The biggest lead of the night for either side. It's 8 for Be The Hands. Barnes, top of the key. She'll use the screen from Ford. She'll launch from 3 and she'll miss. With the rebound, she outlets it. A dangerous outlet pass looking for Schelt. But good defense to get back. Poked out of bounds by Pace.
Be 12:55 left to go in this one. A 39-31 lead for Be The Hands. It just had a few more shots from deep drop, but certainly Pace, in my opinion, has been playing well and has an opportunity to potentially flip the result.
Catch and shoot 3 off there from Haley. As Pace looking to push it the other way. That one last touched and out of bounds off of Be The Hands. Jessie Key not had the same success as she did in the first half here in the second half. Her team is trailing by 8. She will inbound along the baseline down there on the left side of the floor. Waiting for Fantasia Barnes to tie her shoe. Now we're back under play. Barnes will receive the inbounds pass, left side wing. To the screen. She'll use it, moving to her right down the right side of the lane. She goes up with the right hand, can't finish. Haley has it. Corner, Schelt driving at the basket with the right hand. She can't finish. She got her own rebound, but she did so illegally. That touched nothing. Can't catch your own miss. Turnover. It will go the other way.
Good call there. Pace with the basketball. Ariel Ford is the one on the bench for Pace. So Pace absolutely going small. I expect to see some perimeter shooting.
Moten, top of the key. Working against Schelt. Moten crosses over, sizing up Schelt. She gets the left side of the lane, but loses it. Good defense by Schelt. She outlets it in the front court. 4-on-2 here for Be The Hands. As Celeste Edwards drives left side through contact. She's got the bucket. It's a double-figure lead for Be The Hands over Pace. Suffocating defense here from Be The Hands, as that's a 3-point off from Spears. Defensive rebound, Edwards has it. Down the lane, Clark kicks it out. Haley sets, fires from 3, just off the mark. Key will push it for Pace. Her team trailing by 10. She's going to go all the way to the basket. She's fouled. Can't get the bucket to fall. She'll now head to the free throw line for a couple of free ones.
And Key has had a couple tough takes that way, where she ends up on the free throw line. We see her hands on her knees as she has been putting everything she has onto the floor here so far in this one. And I would even argue that that's part of the reason why we're seeing so many perimeter shots, just because how difficult both defenses are making it for these guards to get downhill and for these forwards and these centers to be able to go up with the basketball. And once again, at the free throw line is Jessie Key. That seems to be the result the majority of the time any offensive player is trying to get to the rim.
Key unable to convert on the first free throw attempt. Her second falls. So back within single digits. It's a 9-point advantage for Be The Hands. 9:50 to play here in this one. Clark, right side wing. Uses the screen from Kabara. Cross-court pass now. Far side wing is Downs. Swing around the perimeter. Now it's Haley. She'll take a screen from Kabara. She picks up her dribble, launches a long 2. That one rolls in and out. And Ford back into the game. Skies for the defensive rebound. Spears pushing the pace all the way to the front of the rim. She is short on it. Kabara has the rebound. She'll outlet it to Schelt. Schelt, far side wing. A 3 from Downs. That one was blocked. Kabara has the rebounds. Back to Down. Her jumper falls.
There's McKay Downs in the mid-range, putting some good work in at that end of the floor.
Downs has found a lot of success in the mid-range so far in this contest for Be The Hands. As that Spears into the lane, she lost the ball, got all the way to the right side of the rim before missing off the glass. Defensive rebound controlled by Be The Hands. They lead by 11. Schelt pump fakes, drives, left side, kicks it back out. Kabara up to Clark. Clark driving. Strong move. And she'll head to the free throw line for 2 shots. Strong, powerful move there from Callie Clark. She'll head back to the free throw line. Her team leading by 11. She's looking to add on to, Andrew, what is the largest lead of the ball game for either side.
Absolutely. Be the Hands appreciating this lead, appreciating this ability to take a breath here on these free throws, considering the fact that they are up 11 here with 8 minutes left to go. And if Pace is going to manage to work into this lead, they're going to start to they're going to need to start having shots fall for them, and they don't have some of their best shooters on the floor due to most likely the traffic and the weather and all the confusion going into tip-off of this one. Ariel Ford is back on the floor. She will have a strong presence down low, but to me it's going to fall on the guards as Fantasia Barnes sits on the bench. Are they able to work their way across the floor to the three-point line, potentially in the mid-range, and score the way McKay Downs and the Be the Hands team has been doing?
Both free throws good for Callie Clark, as Moten has it. Ford, left side wing. Ford has some space. She'll launch from 3. That one off the mark. Rebound tipped out of bounds off of Be the Hands. Good effort there by Jessie Edwards. Excuse me, Jessie Key. 18-point advantage for Be the Hands as Pace will inbound. That's Spears spinning, pirouetting. She goes up. She's fouled. She couldn't get the fall-away jumper to fall. And Downs will now head to the free throw line. Mikey Downs picks up that foul.
And there's progress for Pace offensively, though, as they're able to get themselves in position to score. And although the shot doesn't fall and a foul is called, they're putting themselves in position to score here. Under 7 minutes left to go, down 13. It looks nearly out of reach for Pace, especially as that free throw just bounces off. But progress offensively is what we're looking for, just a little bit more quickly as Pace looks to work their way back into this game.
Down 13, a little bit of a blessing and a curse here being at the free throw line. Of course, the clock keeps running, but you have a couple opportunities for some points. 1 or 2 at the line there for Spears as Pace is back to within 12. Mickens gives it up to Callie Clark. She drives hard all the way through. A handful of defenders up off the glass. She doesn't get it to fall, but we have a whistle and a foul as she drove hard to the basket through what seemed like 4 or 5 Pace defenders. A hard-fought 2 free throws here upcoming for Callie Clark.
A very tough take for Clark, and that's been part of the difference in this one as well, in my opinion, is Be the Hands and their ability to get downhill and at least draw fouls and put shots up and potentially score. That's been the difference here as those three-pointers started to cool off after that hot streak there in the first. Callie Clark, of course, at the free throw line, extending this lead for Be the Hands.
Good shot, baby. Good shot. Good shot.
Clark converts both at the line. It's a 14-point lead for Be the Hands as Moten has it, far side wing. She's inside the three-point arc, steps into a mid-range jumper, and that one falls off the rim short.
Be patient.
Clark scanning, looking for options. She's got Haley. Haley will launch from deep, and she's got the range. She knocked down a long one in the first half, and she's got another to her ledger here in the second. A deep 3 there for Haley. Spears looking to answer. She's unable to do so. Largest lead of the ball game here for Be the Hands. It's 17. Haley, will she think about it again? She'll give this one up. Far side, it's Mickens. Mickens left alone at the left side wing, and that one's good. A 3-point barrage here from Be the Hands. The lead is now up to 20 for Be the Hands over Pace. Ford down low, right side block. She goes up, under, good move. Ford unable to get it to fall, and the rebound trickles out of bounds. Last touched by Pace. Be the Hands a 20-point lead with the ball as we near 4 minutes to play.
Daggers raining from the sky for Be the Hands. As like you said, a 20-point lead with 4 minutes to go. It's all but over here in the first game of night 1.
Clark into the corner. Mickens, she'll drive. Now steps back. Cross court. Haley, one more pass to Edwards. Edwards loses it, but it's picked up by Callie, and Callie Clark, wants a timeout. So with 3:52 to play, and Be the Hands leading by 20 They're going to take a timeout. It's a 20-point lead, and it's been a combination of a little bit of everything, Andrew. Suffocating defense on one end, a three-point barrage mixed with some free throws on the other. But this has been a fantastic second-half performance by Be The Hands.
And it really happened quick. I mean, you mentioned early on how Be The Hands for the majority of this game has had one extra sub than Pace just based on who's here from each of these rosters. But as it really did happen quick. This game was tight and neck, back and forth. They were trading threes in the first half. But again, once those threes start to fall off and once Pace starts to be unable to shoot that well from the perimeter, then what are they going to do offensively? It turns out that nothing has really come through for them on the offensive end of the floor in this one. Meanwhile, Pace on the other end, a very well-rounded offensive attack. We just saw the three-point barrage, but before then, getting downhill, getting foul calls, getting buckets. That's what Be The Hands has been doing possession after possession, and that's part of the reason why they have 53 and Pace only has 33. 20 minutes left to go. This one all but over. Be The Hands, will likely take a 1-0 start to the season as the City League gets underway.
Of course, the long season here at the City League. Still plenty of pool play games to play. But it looks like Be The Hands will get off to a 1-0 start. Haley from behind the volleyball line, off the backboard and off the left side of the rim. That one might have brought the house down here at the Bonner Center. That one was deep from three-point range. Key has it underneath the basket. The reverse gets it to go, plus the contact. A chance at three upcoming for Jessie Key from the free throw line.
Good D, Amy. Good D.
And that's really all Pace has been able to do in the last few minutes as Jessie Key puts herself in position to take a couple more free throws.
Jessie Key knocks in the free throw. Down to a 17-point lead now. Callie Clark looking inside. It's into Mickens. That's a fantastic pass and a great floater at the front of the rim. 55-36 the lead. Moten looking for four. That pass is intercepted. Haley down low. Mickens corrals the pass. Slows it down. Clark looking for an extra pass, probably overpassing there. It's a turnover for Be The Hands. Pace has it working left to right.
Out of bounds, but it appears that here at the City League for another season, we're going to employ an Elam ending. For those unfamiliar, once you get to a certain point in the game, a score, a difference of the points is added to the leading team's score. It is in this case 62. So 55-36, the first team to reach 62 wins the ball game, and that of course looks to be most likely Be The Hands.
Spears in transition, can't convert. Strong defense there by Callie Clark as Edwards comes away with the ball from the pack. It's a two-point jumper from Haley. She can't get it to go. Rebound poked out of bounds by Key. It will remain possession with Be The Hands. The target score 62. It's 55-36 here in the second half. Now we'll have the call overturned. It will be actually Pace's basketball. The referees came together and overturned that one.
That's the great thing about the Elam ending is time no longer a factor. If Pace really locks in, they absolutely could put up just under 30 points on the board before Be The Hands gets 5. Although that's certainly going to be a tall task.
Ford down low, now back out to Moten. Pace looking to try and get it down low to Ford. They get it to her now. Right side block, Ford will go underneath all the way to the left side of the rim, but can't convert on the reverse, and it was poked out of bounds by Spearman. So Be The Hands will take over possession. Their lead is still 19. Elam ending here. Clark, deep three. That one just off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Ford. Three-pointer off there from Pace. Big rebound by Ford. One power dribble inside, but she can't finish. Cabarra with the rebound. Now a launch in the front court. Mickens on the left side with the right hand gets it to fall. Now within 5 of taking this win as That's a hard drive to the basket by Moten. She can't finish, but she's earned herself a trip to the free throw line.
Will more than likely be a tough loss here for Pace, as Be the Hands is just 5 points away from the target score of 62. They stand at 57. Great start to the Queens of the Court contest here at the City League in 2025. Again, Wednesday and Thursday night contests. 3 on Wednesday, 4 on Thursday, all beginning at 6 p.m. as Pace is going to experience a missed free throw on the second.
Schelt in the corner from distance. Offensive rebound Clark, but she has it poked away by Spears. Spears looking to operate in transition. Good pass there, dumped down to Key, and Key is fouled. Still headed to the free throw line. 2 shots upcoming here for Jessie Key.
And again, Jessie Key not allowed to go any further than the free throw line on her drives. She again will have 2 shots, down 20, as Be the Hand stands 5 points away from the target score. First shot through for Jessie Key. We mentioned how she is on the doorstep of being the winningest player in TCL women's history. Of course, an interesting situation here on the first night. Only 6 players on the floor and the bench for Pace. Some of their strongest players, such as Lamina Cooper, a standout at Purdue, not present for the first night. We'll see how this season can sort of improve for Pace as they continue to put games on their schedule in the books.
It's a 57-38 lead, of course, next up for Pace. Next Thursday, they're in action against Centier Bank. Next Thursday, Circle City Talk will take on this Be the Hands team, who looks like they might improve to 1-0 this evening. Elam ending in effect. Target score is 62. Diving on the floor is Mickens. She gets it up to Schelt all alone on the right side. Schelt finishes plus the foul.
And an incredible hustle play in transition there from Mickens. Plenty of players would have given up on that play as Schelt and Mickens sort of meet at the free throw line, laugh and exchange pleasantries here. 59-38 is the lead with a free throw for Schelt, as she will hopefully put her team in position to be 2 points away from the win, and she does.
Of course, we've got 2 more games for you this evening. Big Brothers Big Sisters will take on Elevate Indianapolis next, and then we'll cap off night 1 of the City League with Pinch Hit Consulting and Press Play Gaming Lounge. That's Moten inside the restricted area. She gets the 2-pointer to fall. Nice little floater there from Moten. Back to within 20 is Pace. Mickens, the next basket could likely end it. Is this it? Haley can't convert from 3, and the ball ricochets off the top of the backboard. It'll go the other way. Haley trying to end it with what would be her 3rd 25-plus triple distance-wise of the night.
Would have been one thrilling way to cap off the victory for Be the Hands, but instead this contest is extended as Pace grabs another possession.
Moten, now that's Spears, top of the key, driving left. Down to the left side, block with the left hand. Spears can't get it to go. Rebound wrestled for. Ford comes away with it on the right side, block. She gets fouled on her way up, looking for the putback. It'll now be Ford that'll head to the free throw line.
And again, Pace shooting free throws. Some very physical defense from Be the Hands across the board on that end of the floor. And that's been another method of tiring out this Pace team. Again, they only have 6 players present in this contest here on night 1 of the City League in the first game. And not only is Be the Hands running them up and down the floor on offense, but then defensively very physical down low, and Pace certainly hasn't been able to keep up. And that's part of the reason why they're down 20 with Be the Hands 2 points away from the victory here in game 1.
Ford unable to convert on her first free throw. The second is good, however. 19-point advantage for Be the Hands. Just 1 basket away from that target score of 62. Mickens now to Clark. She thought about a 3. Now she'll kick it. Far side corner. Haley for the win, and she's got it. And that will do it. Night one, game one in the books here from the City League. A walk-off corner three from Haley to bring game one of opening night here at the City League to a close. A 63-41 win for Be The Hands over Pace. Be The Hands will improve to 1-0 on the season. Pace will drop to 0-1. Andrew, your quick takeaways from that first contest.
Will certainly Be The Hands. Again, ran Pace up and down the floor, physical defense, and just an ability to score on the drive. The ability to score off the dribble, to me, was what Be The Hands had that Pace didn't quite have here in game one, in a 63-41 convincing victory to start things off in the City League as we get started for game two.
Again, a 22-point victory for Be The Hands over Pace, but you won't want to go anywhere. You'll actually want to click out of this live stream and head over to a new live stream we'll create momentarily. Big Brothers, Big Sisters versus Elevate Indianapolis on deck here at the City League on opening night. Pinch Hit Consulting and Press Play Gaming Lounge will be the nightcap. We've got just about 10 minutes until our next action here from the Bonner Center. Again, Big Brothers, Big Sisters will take on Elevate Indianapolis here in just about 10 minutes. But once again, your final score in game one of the night, the opening night here at the City League, Be The Hands takes down Pace 63-41.